I chose to read the article 21st Century Students Demand a Balanced, More Inclusive Canon by Tanya B. Perry and B. Joyce Stallworth. This article was first published in the journal Voices from the Middle in the September 2013 issue. I chose this article because I'm in the middle of deciding which text to use for summer school, and I'm having a difficult time deciding if I should use texts that I read in school, such as To Kill a Mockingbird, The Catcher in the Rye, and The Great Gatsby, or branch out and pick more contemporary novels that would still fit into the general theme of American literature. In this article, Perry and Stallworth argue that in an increasingly digital world, students must have knowledge of a variety of different cultures and experiences to be successful. They begin with an extended metaphor about writers sitting around a dinner table discussing their favorite books, and how this is essentially how the canon develops. They advocate for incorporating more voices into this discussion at the dinner table, which will create a richer conversation about language, meaning, cultural similarities and differences, word choices and dialect, and plot set in different geographical locations. The authors also note that quality literature, works that have literary merit, exist in multiple spaces and from sources with multiple perspectives. They add that the current canon reflects only a few perspectives, but that 21st century students, with the whole world at their fingertips thanks to the internet and other technology, need to be aware of many more perspectives. This awareness can and should come through literature. Students are done a disservice by teachers who only use literature that, quote, reflects a monoethnic view of history. Students who read more diverse literature, the authors argue, are better at self-reflection and can more readily question literary influences and analyze the social, cultural, and historical contexts that frame texts. In addition to choosing a variety of texts that reflect the diversity of our society and world, the authors push for guided and independent analysis of any text students read. One effective classroom practice these authors recommend is clustering, or choosing a number of different texts that complement one another and encourage students to think critically on how they relate. For a text like The House on Mango Street, for example, I could have students read several vignettes, a newspaper article on the demographics of various Chicago neighborhoods, and a poem by a different author on identity. This sort of activity would encourage students to reflect on the idea of different factors influencing identity. An activity like this that incorporates both literature and newspaper articles could be used in a traditional English classroom as well as a journalism classroom. I could do something similar for a unit in American literature. Instead of just reading Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin, we could also read Toni Morrison's Beloved, a much more contemporary text that draws upon the historical context of the earlier text. Using multiple texts from different perspectives with similar themes would allow students to draw connections across time that they would not recognize without reading both texts. My third use of clustering might be a bit more controversial, but I will mention first that the authors of this article suggest that young adult novels definitely have a place in modern high school English classes. Students could read a classic canonical text, such as Wuthering Heights, alongside a more contemporary young adult novel that draws from it, such as Eclipse, the third installment in Stephenie Meyer's Twilight series. I know of at least one piece of literary criticism on the topic that I consulted when writing a paper on these very texts in college, so I know there are parallels to be drawn and arguments to be made about how similar or dissimilar these texts are.